Hi, and welcome to another episode of Pod Culture. I'm Monique Jones, owner of Moniqueblog.net, and as usual, here's my sister Ashley.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about, well, award season. So let's get started. Tô sentindo frio no verão. Tô sozinho. We've had the Golden Globes recently. I guess I should go ahead and make an admission that I didn't really watch the Golden Globes.
And by really, she means we watched the red carpet, and that was literally it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we could do because we had to watch Downton Abbey. I did hear that Jodie Foster was almost like the breakout star. Like she's already a star, but she became even more prominent by the speech she gave after she won the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I've heard some of the speech from the, like Hollywood, like Access Hollywood and Extra. And from what I heard, it was really an inspiring speech. And I'm kind of glad that she gave it because it's kind of making um, the LGBT community more less of an outlier in society and more of just a normal part of society. So good for you, Jodie Foster, and congratulations on your win. But as far as who won, which is kind of important when we're going to talk about the Oscars coming up, which that's what we are going to watch. It's just not a year without the Oscars. So uh, the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice, I think.
Wow, and SAG.
And SAG. Generally, those three award shows depict who's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think the SAG might be the one that really.
Yeah, it's a good indicator because it's like a more reliable voting population.
Yeah.
Because it's like actors or some guild.
Yes, the Screen Actors Guild. And so there's that. But the Golden Globes is still a good indicator of what might happen. So thanks to Ashley's iPod, I can look at our notes and go down the line. I'm only going through the movie stuff because, Oscars don't deal with television. But I guess if you did miss it, if you haven't seen the results, if you were rooting for Sherlock Benedict Cumberbatch to
You're
win,
out of luck.
He did not.
Sorry.
Kevin Costner won that for the Hatfields and the McCoys.
Which I didn't watch that, but that looked extra sketchy. But he did have to do a lot, I guess, to get into that strange character, so whatever.
But anyway, Best Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel was up. Les Miserables, Moonrise Kingdom, Salmon Fishing in the Yemen, and Silver Linings Playbook. But for Best Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical, it was Les Miserables.
Obviously, if you didn't know that was going to win, like, honestly, it had to. Just from the commercials alone, it was like, this is an award-winning movie. Look at the scope and all these angles we're putting in here. Look at the stars we're packing in. It's going to win something. So, I expected that.
Best Motion Picture Drama, we had Argo, Django Unchained, Life of Pi, Lincoln, and Zero Dark 30. Argo won, which everybody on the internet was saying, take that, Oscars, because they didn't. I don't think Argo is up for Best Picture or
really?
It might be up for Best Picture, but Ben Affleck isn't up for Best Director, I don't think.
Wow.
And everybody was saying,
it's kind of a slap in the face.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. There's a slap in the face. I'm pretty sure the film is up for Best Picture. It's just Ben Affleck isn't.
Oh. Well, I mean, Jamie Foxx didn't get nominated for anything.
No.
But other people Christoph did. And it's kind of
in this one, Leonardo DiCaprio got nominated too. So that's different. The Argo won for Best Motion Picture Drama. Best Director. Here's where it is. Ben Affleck won for Argo. He was up against Catherine Bigelow for Zero Dark 30, which I've heard mixed reviews about.
Oh, it's a girl that did that?
Yeah. She did another. What was that other military movie she won the Oscar for? But she did another movie a few years ago.
It seems so rare that a woman is doing military stuff. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, like when she won the Oscar, they were like, she's paving the way for women directors and stuff, but I don't see where the road has been paved yet. I don't see any women directors
Yeah,
since
there's
Catherine
seems
Bigelow.
still kind of few and far between, and they don't. And correct me if I'm wrong, viewing public. Um, it seems like female directors generally make the same kind of movies because that's, I guess, all they're allowed to make. Like I don't know how the hierarchy is in Hollywood, but it seems like if you're a female director, you make either a really dramatic movie or a romantic movie, and that's your deal. That's it. But for her to be making a movie about one of the most important military operations in recent history, like that's important. So,
Hmm.
good job.
And recently, I forgot who the director was. It was a woman director, or maybe it was a woman writer. I can't remember, but it was a woman that was going to be part of the Thor sequel. But for whatever reason, I don't know if she got fired or if she got replaced for whatever reason, but there's a huge uproar about that because they're saying, how come there can't be a woman doing something with a comic book movie? So there you go. There's still a glass ceiling to be broken. We need more Catherine Bigelows before she's not a an oddity. So anyway, best actor in a motion picture drama. We have Daniel Day Lewis for Lincoln, Richard Gere for Arbitrage, which I forget about.
I don't even know what that is.
John Hawkes for The Sessions, which
I don't know what that
I
is.
thought that might have been one to win. Um, the Sessions is about this guy who is paralyzed from the waist down and he needs an iron lung, I think, and he wants to lose his virginity. So he hires a
Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah, I forget what Helen
Yeah.
Hunt's character's title is,
Oh
but
yeah, it was like all controversial. People are like, "Oh, she's a prostitute," but she's not. But she is. But
yeah,
she's not.
and everyone's talking about how Helen Hunt got naked in the film and how it's not salacious because of the subject matter. But anyway, um, Daniel Day
That's really
Lewis.
sad. Like that's really sad.
Daniel Day Lewis won for Lincoln, of course. Oh, I never did say Denzel Washington was up for Flight, and he's also up for the Oscar for Flight. So we'll have to see because he's also up against Daniel Day Lewis,
Mm,
and it's gonna be tough because I know
yeah,
the if I know the Academy,
he won't win.
yeah,
And
Denzel
I
is
don't want to
not
get
going to
too
win.
political because I don't want to get too political, but there is a formula to how certain people win, and he's already gotten one.
Yeah,
And
he's got to wait for his Lifetime Achievement Award.
basically, because these certain people, and if you don't know what I'm talking about by now, then sorry, they don't generally win twice, and they usually don't win for a good movie.
They barely win once.
Can I just say, Lilies of the Field?
Right.
Wow, that's what you win for
We do
after
not.
all the great movies you've made? Okay, all right.
Sidney Poitier movie, if you don't know what that is.
It's
I would suggest not to watch it, but if you want to view his whole library, then you might want to watch it to put it in
yeah,
perspective.
like I just don't see how you can win for that if you didn't win for In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah,
And
which
I'm not saying I've seen every single movie the man has made, but if you've seen that movie or even A Raisin in the Sun, like the acting is so superb. And then you see Lilies of the Field and you're like, this is not quite the image
because
I
he's
want.
kind of he's playing a dignified person, but he's still playing a stereotype.
Yeah, that's a whole nother like
So there you go. And if you want to know more about it, just look up the whole Halle Berry fiasco when she won
Monsters
for
Ball.
Monsters Ball,
Like
and then look up the same since they won it on the same night. You have Sidney Poitier winning his Lifetime Achievement Award. You have Denzel winning for Training
oh, it was
Day.
all the same night.
Yeah.
See, now that I didn't know that, and that makes my theory even more
And
credible.
Training Day, people didn't like that because he was playing a bad guy. And so they're like, how come all the black people, I know Halle Berry's mixed, but how come all the
She
black
identifies as
people
black, so
were winning for playing, well, for doing these sexualized roles or being bad guys? And
hmm
then Sidney Poitier gets his Lifetime Achievement Award, which
all
he
in a nice little
obviously
package
already should have won the
years ago.
Oscar.
Cause what
Yeah,
was he like? What like super old?
yeah, he should have a row of Oscars instead of just two.
Yeah,
So anyway, that's a tangent, but you already know that the Academy is gonna let Daniel A. Lewis win for Lincoln because they would rather show, they rather honor the. I'm not saying it's whitewashed. What I'm saying is that
Because we haven't seen it,
they
so
would rather have a good character like Lincoln, who we're all taught in the history books that he freed the slaves. He did not want to actually free the slaves for any kind of
yeah, he wasn't just like I love
political reason.
slaves.
He was
No.
freeing us for basically some kind of economical
Yeah,
reason.
which everyone should know that. Like, I forget where I learned it, but when I found out, I was like, well, okay.
But anyway, I'm just saying that's why Daniel Lewis is going to win. So do not be mad or shocked when Denzel Washington does not win.
Yeah, and if he does win, that'll be quite a
Yeah,
welcome
if he
surprise.
does win,
Like, I'll be proud of the Academy for breaking their
then I'll
traditions.
happily eat crow because if they
Yes.
can give 3-6 Mafia an Oscar, they can give Denzel another one.
And we're saying this word give just because that's what's coming out of our mouths, but these people have earned, if the Oscar is like the benchmark for good acting, these people who we're talking about have earned this. You know, when whoever they were up against, they were better than them, in my opinion, or in a lot of people's opinions. It's like, you know, what's the deal? And of course, yeah, Jamie Foxx won his for Ray, but you couldn't. There's nothing you could say to justify not giving him that. You know, but there's so many reasons to justify giving. And yes, this time give is the correct term. Giving the Oscar to Denzel and Halle for these particular movies, in which, anyway.
Yeah.
It's really not the same. Like I don't see, and okay, I haven't really seen all of these movies. Okay, I've only seen little bits and pieces, so my opinion is probably horrible, and I'm kind of spikeling a little bit. I'm sorry, but I don't know. It just didn't seem right with all the other movies Denzel Washington has made. He's given good performances in them. It just seems like this is an odd movie to all of a sudden say, yeah, Oscar for you on the same night as Halle Berry and Sidney Poitier, so we can be like, look how far we've come. No.
Yeah. But anyway, Best Actress: Jessica Chastain for Zero Dark 30, Marion Cotillard for Rust and Bone, which I forgot about.
Cotillard.
Helen Mirren for Hitchcock. Naomi
We
Watts.
never saw that.
I've heard it was kind of hit and miss.
Really?
Naomi Watts, The Impossible. Rachel Weisz, The Deep Blue Sea.
What was that?
I don't know. Jessica Chastain won. She'll probably win again.
She's really on fire.
We have for Best Actor in a comedy or musical movie, I'll just say who won. Hugh Jackman won. Best Actress, comedy or musical. I didn't know this was a comedy. Jennifer Lawrence, Silver Linings Playbook. Um, Best Foreign Language Film, Amour, which I listened to a review about that and it was kind of bizarre. Best Actress in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture. Oh, here we go. Anne Hathaway. Best Actor in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture. Christoph Waltz for Django Unchained.
Now here's where I have a question. Why wasn't Jamie Foxx nominated for Best Actor? He's the lead.
Right.
What's the deal? Why is Christoph being nominated and not Jamie? Are there rules or something?
I think it's just the social connotations. I think they might well, as far as the Academy goes, I don't know about the Golden Globes since they nominated both Christoph Waltz and Leonardo DiCaprio. But I guess for both of them, I think both the Golden Globes and the Oscars are saying that these kinds of roles might exert more acting prowess, I guess, because you have to act like, at least for Leonardo DiCaprio, you have to act totally against what you are. And with Christoph Waltz, you have to act like you have to, I guess, show the emotional range of a person who's in a situation that they don't want to be in. Like, Christoph Waltz was in Mississippi seeing all the slaves and stuff, and he hates slavery.
Well, by the same token, Jamie Foxx is playing against his nature. He's not naturally a slave.
Right.
Or naturally a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Or naturally subservient or any of that stuff.
I mean, I'm just playing the devil's advocate here.
Right.
Because I don't agree. Like, I think he should be nominated. And there could be a social connotation with that, too.
Yeah, I mean, because I've said before, I don't know if Django Unchained is really an awards movie. Like, I didn't think that it was that kind of movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it, but I just didn't think it was like after seeing it, I wasn't like Oscar, like I just didn't think it was that kind of movie that needed to win
I don't
awards.
think it's made to be that kind of movie. I mean,
No, like I don't know. And again, I loved Leo. I'm sorry, I loved Leonardo DiCaprio's performance, but I just it seems unfair to nominate him and Christoph Waltz and just totally skip over Jamie Foxx, who had an
right,
equally hard time.
right. Well, I guess in general, I mean, it's kind of almost weird that the Oscars are even recognize and the Golden Globes are even recognizing Django Unchained anyway,
Mm.
because it the way Tarantino makes films, they're supposed to be films that you normally wouldn't put up for awards because they are based on grindhouse films and black exploitation films and other
Right,
films
so they're not the upper
that are
crust.
just cult films. So it's almost bizarre that they're even nominated. Not saying that they aren't worthy of being nominated. It's just
It's yeah,
bizarre that the higher echelon are even paying attention to him,
yeah, that's true.
despite the amounts of money that he makes writing these films.
True.
I think at the Golden Globes he did win. Okay, he did win.
He won best screenplay,
Yeah, if I
which it
can
was a good
find it.
screenplay. It's good screenplay. I'm just worried. I don't understand how you can pass over the star of the film. Like, is that normal?
It can happen. It's happened at the Oscars before.
Just seems a little bit weird, you know. Because most of the reason the movie was so good was because of the star.
I think that's about it for the Golden Globes.
No, no, no. We gotta talk about animated films. You're right there. Go
Oh,
up, go
oh,
up, go up.
oh, best anime.
Bam. Now I have to talk about this. I'm sorry. This Here's the nominees for best animated films: Brave, Frankenweenie, Hotel Transylvania, Rise of the Guardians, Wreck-It Ralph. Now, if you've seen any of these movies, or at least just one, you should know that Brave should not be the winner, right? If you've seen Brave out there, anybody, if you've seen it, like it's a terrible movie. It's a terrible movie. Now, okay, it's beautiful. The scenery is wonderful. The art design, all that is beautifully done. Great, wonderful. The story is horrible, horrible story. Like one of the worst animated film stories I've ever seen. And she hasn't seen it, but
No.
my friend and I went to go see it, and we're all excited. We're like, yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, new Pixar movie. We get there. Now, granted, we're both really tired because we had hiked earlier that day. But we get there and it starts, and we're like, okay, it's pretty. And then by the time it's over, we're like, wait, what? Like when you go to see a Disney movie, okay, I'll take a little flatness from just a straight out Disney movie. But Pixar brings the heat,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't it? Every Pixar movie you've seen, you leave going, man, I hate my life, or something to that effect, or I should change, or wow, that really affected me. I
Or
mean, just
I
to name
should
a
treat
few.
my toys with respect.
Yeah. Now, when you go to see Brave, or when you see it, whatever, pop it in your DVD or Blu-ray, you notice that it's beautiful, as most Pixar movies are. But then you start watching it and you just realize the story goes nowhere. You feel nothing. Nobody really learns anything at the end. And it all ends up being, with this evil bear. The real evil is teenage hormones, which could be great if they treated it properly. Anyway, moving on from that, the other nominees in there. Who was it?
Frank and Weenie,
Now,
Hotel Transylvania.
I didn't see Hotel Transylvania on purpose,
I heard it was
and
good though, because it's by the Dexter's Lab guy.
that's true. Yeah, okay, maybe I
Um,
should have given it a chance. And I didn't see Wreck It Ralph either.
Rise of the Guardians.
Rise of the Guardians was in this category. If you have not seen Rise of the Guardians, please go see it at your earliest convenience. I loved this movie so much. Like, it took me through so many emotions. It was like Pixar level emotions. The movie was wonderful, and it didn't win. And I don't know why it didn't win, and I don't know why Brave won over it. I don't know what movie they were watching. I have no idea who these people are. That they would. I mean, you didn't see Brave, but you saw Rise of the Guardians.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think it should have won, but I think Brave won because the fact, of course, Pixar has been grandfathered in, but it's also because Pixar is also trying to make new innovations in the 3D animated world, and everybody was raving about how great the 3D looked, the 3D animation. So that's probably why they got it over the story. And of course, best screenplay, Django Unchained, Quentin Tarantino, and best score, Life of Pi, Michael Dana, and best original song was Skyfall for the movie Skyfall.
Great song. Of course, how can you win against Adele? Sorry.
If you watched the Golden Globes, you might have heard the theme. The Golden Globes has a theme that was uh, composed by this
That's the
guy.
guy.
Yeah,
He's
it's one of the pictures.
Japanese.
Yeah. Um, an Asian musician named Yoshiki. If you have not heard of Yoshiki, I'm sure if you love Japanese rock, as a lot of
J Rock.
American teenagers do, then you probably already know him. But if you don't, he's from Japan and he's from the rock group X Japan. Let me go quickly and read his bio. Yoshiki is one of Asia's most influential artists and one of its biggest rock icons, along with selling 30 million singles and albums and completing several sold out world tours, not to mention recording an album with Sir George Martin and the London Philharmonic Orchestra. Yoshiki is the first person Hello Kitty named a product line after, Yoshi Kitty, and was the inspiration.
Oh my gosh. This guy has earned my respect. Only on that.
And was the inspiration for Red Blood Dragon, legendary Stan Lee's recently released comic book superhero.
What? This guy's amazing.
To learn more about him, go to yoshiki.net, www.yoshiki.net.
That's amazing.
For a full list of his accomplishments and upcoming activities.
Wow.
And he also has a bunch of philanthropic efforts.
Wow.
So you can visit the Yoshiki Foundation America at yoshikifoundationamerica.org.
He has an American one?
Yeah.
This guy's amazing.
Twitter, Yoshiki Official, Facebook, Yoshiki Official, Google Plus site,
Google Plus, LOL.
which is plus Yoshiki/posts, and of course xjapanmusic.com.
Wow. That's amazing. I can't believe they booked him.
Yeah. In celebration of the 70th anniversary of the Golden Globes Awards, the show's original musical theme was composed by Japanese superstar Yoshiki and will be available for digital download in 111 countries beginning today, January 15th, on iTunes. All profits from the sales of the single will be donated to charities chosen by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. You can read more about him on my website and check out all those links I told you about. I'll have them in the more info section on below this video. And I think it's pretty cool. I did listen to it because it was streaming a few days ago, and it is really, really lovely to listen to. So if you can, make sure to download it so you can help the charities that the Hollywood Foreign Press Association want to help. So, with that said, let's go on to our next subject, which is deception. Okay, so if you have been tuning into NBC recently, you have probably been watching Deception starring Meagan Good, Laz Alonso, Tate Donovan, uh, Victor Garber, Catherine Lanasa, Ella Ray Peck, and Wes Brown. I think I got everybody.
How do you know?
Well, I know that, and I'm glad you said that, so I can plug this. I know that because I've been recapping Deception for TV Equals, and you can check out my recaps below this video. And since I have been watching it, and since Ashley has been watching it with me, because we only have one television, what are your first impressions of Deception, the first two episodes?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm glad that there is a leading black woman or a leading actress who's a black woman on a primetime major network television show other than Kerry Washington. I'm glad that we're building up and having more and more of us. And it'd be great to even have people of other races. I just think we need to have a more multicultural,
Television viewing experience.
yeah, like everyone should be represented on TV, not just um, white males, white females, and it's great that we have homosexual people represented, but they're also white. So I mean, it's great, but I would love to have even more diversity so everybody can turn on the TV and see someone who looks like them and see that there's everyone being represented and that we can all be, a big family together on TV or whatever. But so yes, I'm glad
And
about that.
I guess I should preface that or add to that and say network television, especially because that's
Yeah.
what everybody has. Like you
Mhm.
can, if somebody in the comments says, "But what about RuPaul's Drag Race?" Yeah,
It's not
that's
a
true.
network that everyone has access to or even knows about.
Yeah, so if you don't have access to it, because even if you don't have logo, it comes on VH1, but you still need VH1. I will say that there is, well, at least one black gay character I can think of that's on television right now, and that's forget what his name is, but he's on Smash.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm glad, like I said, Meagan Good is starring in something. And I really do wish she wasn't such a sex object in the show. Um, the plot of the show, if you don't already know it, is that there's a family, Bauer,
yeah, the Bowers.
Bauer family, and they're really rich. They run a pharmaceutical company, and they're really sketchy. Like they have a lot of scandals around them. And the daughter, the oldest daughter, Vivian, is found dead, and the FBI, led by Laz Alonso, what a wonderful FBI that must be! My goodness. I mean, he's not the leader, but he's like the dude who's leading this case. Um, he thinks that it was murder because he's been trying to trap Edward
Bowers.
Bowers, for a long time for dirty dealings because he's strangled some girl and had this weird scandal, whatever. And so he contacts his ex-girlfriend slash ex-partner, whatever they are, Meagan Good, whose name is
Joanna.
Joanna. And he's like, okay, you need to go undercover so we can get him. And she's like, no, but then she does it. And so she's undercover, working for the police, trying to infiltrate this family to find out who killed Vivian Bowers and why and how and all this kind of stuff. And so basically, it's just that's what it's about. We're just like delving deeper into the family, and she stays at their house, which is really dangerous. And people keep dying around her, and like it's crazy. And she also has a past with the brother Julian. They used to date. Really isn't the word, but they were together. And so there's that. And then she's also with Laz Alonso. You see what I'm saying about the sex object thing? That really didn't even have to be a part of the show. I don't even need that, honestly.
To put my 2 cents in, um, well, it's kind of an interesting thing that you said about the sex object thing, because I wasn't, when I was watching it, I didn't really notice that per se. Um, I mostly just thought that they have to have all that stuff because this is trying to be a soap opera, basically. A soap opera, and I guess trying to, it's like it's being cloaked in as a detective show
Mm,
almost. But
interesting.
so I guess for me, I didn't take offense to that part.
I'm not offended. I just wish it wasn't so big of a part of the show, especially because it's Meagan Good, and it seems like she can't escape that no matter what role she takes. She's
Mm,
always sexualized because yeah, she's super curvy. Okay, she's really pretty. All right, yeah, she's gonna be sexual in some way, like of course. But to have this huge like triangle and
I mean, I'll
Yeah.
say that I'm not a fan of the triangle because I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of Julian Bowers.
Yeah, like why are we even entertaining the thought of dating him? Like I know she's investigating, but why are they suggesting that she like sell herself out just so she can get close to them?
And I do like that we have Ken Leung on the show. I'm glad he's being put out into the forefront so we can all see him on television and at home. Um, I'm glad that, overall, the diversity is a lot more than I was expecting. I mean,
Mhm.
sure, the most of the I mean the family is a white family, but
Yeah, which I mean,
um,
it's cool. It doesn't matter.
but as far as seeing people of color in general, I'm surprised that we
Yeah,
have as many people as we do.
because we got Megan, we got Laz, which I haven't seen Laz Alonso in many things, but I'm very pleased to see him. And I know I just had that tirade about sexual objects, but I mean, he's not doing anything but looking great. I mean, I can enjoy that. All right. But I'm glad he's there, and I really hope that they get together for real instead of this like cat and mouse thing that keeps going on. And she's mostly doing it. And why can't she just shut Julian down, like outright? Why does she have to be like, oh, like just tell him you're crazy, you're on drugs, you're an alcoholic, I don't want to date you. Plus, I have a better man in Laz Alonso, whatever your name is in the show, Will, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome. He's way more buff than you. Bam.
I do like the show. I think I'm pretty sure it'll stay on for its whole season at least. I mean, I'm being conservative here, but um, it should be it should have a good run. I think.
I hope so. I, however, have a fear that it will get canceled, like, before it has time to really blossom. I don't know why I feel this way, but I just feel like whenever something has a lot of potential, it usually gets canceled. And, like, really annoying shows keep going on for 12 years.
But overall, I really like it, and I hope that it will that the scandal audience, since that's who they are catering to and trying to get, I hope that that kind of audience supports this show and keeps it on the air so we can keep um, Meagan Good on the air because she's been treated really wrong by Hollywood for so many years, and so it's
Yeah.
finally time for her to get the role that she actually deserves to have. So that wraps it up for this week in Hot Culture. Make sure to come back here to the YouTube channel and look at more of our videos. You can look at our Downton cast, which is up right now. Um, Make sure to visit moniqueblog.net. Moniqueblognet on Twitter. That's just twitter.com/moniqueblognet. Um, Facebook page, Monique Blog. And I think that's it. I think that's all the places I have. So check out all those places. Check out the links that are below in the box. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye. Tudo pode acontecer. Romeu e Julieta não dá. Se eu não tiver você, o mundo pode acabar.